Yep, 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 yep. Yep. What's up, y'all? Tell Like It Is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into this, man. I definitely had to do this video when it pertains to Jaylen Brown and his comments about some of the Boston Celtics fan base. And what I would have to say to Jaylen Brown, man, is that I totally agree with what he said. I think that the Boston Celtics, some of these fans are extremely toxic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They say they have some of the worst takes out here. Some of these people that's doing sports media, they should shut the fuck up when it comes to talking basketball at the end of the day. Because real talk, some of these people don't know what the fuck they be talking about. They ain't never even played the game of basketball like that. Like I said, they get to come up on these fucking shows and talking big money shit like they've won championships and shit like that. They've played the game. They've been out here. They average fucking 20 and 10 in fucking high school or some shit, was Mr. America, All American. You know what I mean? You would think that these people were really out here and did something within their career of basketball, and they really haven't. They just run their fucking mouth at the end of the day and don't understand. And basketball shit happen. People miss shots. People do have dumb turnovers. Sometimes bad teams lose to good teams. Some teams have their night. Sometimes a great team like the Boston Celtics can go on a slump. Sometimes they can go on a winning streak. It happens, you know what I mean? But I think that the Boston Celtics fans, at the end of the day, some of them, not all of them, at the end of the day, have a very extreme, toxic way of how they view things. You know what I'm saying? And how they view players. And some of it can come off as being racist. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Because when it comes down to a team like the Patriots or the Bruins, it's not the level of vigor. You know what I mean? They don't go so hard and with their disrespect or with their upsetness or with their toxicness. Let's just say that they don't jump up there with their level of toxicness as they do when it's the Boston Celtics. You see what I'm saying? Guys like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, the stars of the team. You know what I'm saying? If it's a guy like Mac Jones or some shit like that for the Patriots, who's been pedestrian at best, motherfuckers don't put the flame to his ass. It's motherfucking, I'm not a big Patriot guy anyway. You already know I'm a Steelers fan, but, I get to hear these motherfuckers cry every day about the Patriots, you know what I mean? And how the Patriots not doing this and the Patriots not doing that, or, the games that they play and they, but if it's the Boston Celtics lose a game, it's the end of the world. It's super criticism and shit. And, it's just super biased at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And, a part of that is the spoiled mentality of New England fans. You know what I'm saying? New England fans have won a lot. So, it's the spoiled brat fucking mentality that some of these toxic ass fans have, and they gotta get over that shit. You know what I'm saying? They really gotta get over that shit at the end of the day, because we want players to stay here. I want Jaylen Brown to be able to stay here. I want Jason Tatum to stay here. I want guys to come from free agency and want to play for this organization and want to be a part of a story franchise and want to be a part of a culture that's all about winning championships. You know what I mean? The goal is always to win. You know what I mean? So I want people to come here. Now, when you got we all got to do our part, whether it's people on fucking Twitter, Facebook, fucking radio shows, motherfuckers doing YouTube videos and shit like that. That's from Massachusetts and shit, bro. We gotta be easy with your disrespect and your criticism. Nobody's saying that motherfuckers can't get criticized, but I think some of y'all are a little bit out there and y'all have extremely bad takes. Okay, extremely bad takes to what a point a motherfucker like Jaylen Brown could be looking at y'all like, what the fuck are these people talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I seen one take actually. This was a while ago. I would try to find it on my Twitter, but I got work and shit, so I'm trying to hurry up and bang these videos out. But it was a take from a Boston radio show, man, and this motherfucker said the most outlandish shit, and I couldn't believe that this motherfucker was still on air. I can't believe that this person even still taken serious on basketball. They shouldn't even have been allowed to speak basketball after the take that I had on my Twitter. I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I will agree with Jaylen Brown. I do believe that the Boston Celtics, we do have a extreme toxic fan base, man. You know what I mean? And part of Celtic Nation, there is a part of Celtic Nation that is problematic. I will agree with that. Um, you know, but Jaylen Brown has experienced negative treatment from Celtics fans as a black athlete in Boston. He told the New York Times, but the 26-year-old tries to pretty much block it all out. You know what I mean? So, he's talking about some of the negative treatment that he gets. You know what I mean? But I agree. He said if you have a bad game, they tie it to your personal character. You know what I mean? And I think that's a little bit. That's it. Like I said, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've heard and I've seen some of this shit, and it's like, yo, bro, y'all niggas is wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that? But, like I said, if it's the Bruins or something, motherfuckers don't be tying shit to people personal characters and shit like that. But that's all sports in general. Like, and that's not just Boston and shit, because I don't want motherfuckers because, Boston and Massachusetts get a bad rap of, this is like the invention of racism and shit and racist people and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just hate that aspect that, for people that say that they don't like the Celtics or they're not rooting for the Celtics or anything about Massachusetts and shit, is like, well, I'm not rooting for them because Boston is racist as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, anywhere else you at ain't racist as fuck. But, Boston is just like the capital of fucking racism and shit. You know what I mean? So, it's kind of unfair, at the end of the day. But, it is what it is. Life is unfair, right? But, with Jaylen Brown, though, man, I just hope that because Jaylen Brown is a free agent after this year, so I'm hoping that Jaylen Brown doesn't leave at the end of the day. But we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But Boston fans can be, obnoxious. I listen. It is what it is. But some of these fans ain't all way out being racist and shit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, though. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I agree with Jaylen Brown. I do believe that some of the Celtics nation can be very problematic and toxic. But that comes with every fan base, Jaylen Brown. I just want to let you know that, brother, man. That comes with every fan base. You know what I'm saying? You can go to fucking New York and deal with the same scrutiny. You could take your ass and play with a nigga like LeBron James, and you see what happens every time niggas that play with LeBron James see what happens to them. You can go play for the Miami Heat and deal with that kind of scrutiny. You can go to your home state in Georgia and play for the Atlanta Hawks and deal with that level of scrutiny. You know what I mean? And the problematic fans at the end of the day. So it kind of is what it is. But I definitely do believe that Jaylen Brown could have and at times is on the end of some very bad takes at the end of the day. A lot of these players, to be honest, on the Boston Celtics be on the end of very bad takes and motherfuckers not really knowing shit about the game of basketball and bumping their gums because they have a job of talking about sports, you know what I'm saying? And not really analyzing and, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even when you fucking up in the game, there's always shit that you know what I mean? It's always ways to cover up. The only way you can blatantly if somebody blow the game, for instance, like what Grant Williams did the other night on the fucking, his ass deserved to get cooked. You know what I'm saying? What Grant Williams did against the Utah Jazz, the motherfucker played a great game, but the last play of the game, this nigga thought he was Batman for real. Like, bro, if you don't give the ball to Jaylen Brown or goddamn Jason Tatum, preferably in that game, I would have rather that ball went to Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown had it cooking. You know what I mean? That's the only time you can really jump on. That's the only time I would jump on a player ass. I literally almost I grabbed my phone and was starting to make a video ready to cook this nigga Grant Williams for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, absolutely ready to fry this nigga over that shit. But shit like that happens. It's a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not gonna cook the brother too much. He played a great game. But he fucked up at the end royally. You know what I'm saying? Royally fucked up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That shit he can't be doing. You know what I'm saying? You're at that point. I want the star players to be taking the last shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times we got to go over, unless these niggas is getting super double teamed and triple teamed and shit. And then they got to kick the ball to you. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I want my money players taking the shots at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's the only time I can justify. Like if the sports media cooked Grant Williams that other night, his ass deserved to get cooked. Yep, he can get a little, Grant was, but what the hell was that Grant did, man? Da 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 da. And Monday night quarterback and play all that shit at the end of the day. But you can still criticize him, jump on his ass, but you can still give him his credit for having the great game that he had in Grant Williams. And I think that the Celtic Nation and people that's have these airwaves have to be more responsible for what they're saying. Nobody's saying that you need to baby the players. Obviously, when the players fucking up, it's time to get in their ass. It's time to give them a spark to get their shit popping at the end of the day. Because we want the best for them. You know what I'm saying? And to be the best for them, sometimes they got to deal with getting heavily scrutinized. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But anyway. As far as the Celtics go, I still think they're going to win the championship this year. I do feel like they've been sleepwalking throughout this season. I felt like they came in with the intensity of wanting to get back to the NBA Finals. This is why they hit the ground running as much as they did. Injuries kind of hurt them a little bit, but to keep it all the way real, they're still a good enough team and have a good enough rotation to be able to beat a lot of these teams. Give credit to other teams who stepped their game up as well. But I feel like the Boston Celtics just got they fell asleep at the wheel, man. They got bored with the process, man. You know what I'm saying? They got bored with the process, and that shows a lot in games. This is who they've pretty much been. They'll start off a game, just like they start off they'll start off a game motherfucking cooking, you know what I'm saying? And then just third quarter, they'll just sleepwalk through a game. I don't know what it is about halftime, but something needs to change about that. You know what I'm saying? Something definitely needs to change. I'm not saying that when they do let teams come back, they lose all the time. No, that's not the case. But they gotta find ways to not get bored within the game, continue attacking the paint, getting easy shots and shit like that. And keep playing team basketball, man. That's really what it comes down to. Guys keep fighting for each other and keep looking to make plays for each other if they can. At the end of the day, but I think once the playoffs hit, they'll really, or as the end towards the end of the season comes, they'll really start to ratchet it up. Me personally, I just want these guys to come into the postseason healthy. I think that's what's important for me. Now that the number one seed is catchable, it is what it is. But if we can't get it, we can't get it. But this team is definitely capable of still getting there at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. But anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell it like it is, man. So shout out to day one. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure they hit the like button, subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, tell it like it is TV. We out of here, y'all. One.